Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. We're going to quickly jump into CoinGecko here. We're currently sitting at a $2.18 trillion market cap. We're still seeing some red in the market here. Bitcoin sitting at 42,800. Ethereum sitting at 3,300. Binance Coin at 496. Solana sitting at 147. Cardano 139. XRP 77. Terra 84. Polkadot sitting at 27 and so on. There's some pretty good gainers here like Phantom, but overall there's still a lot of uncertainty and fear in the market, especially according to the fear and greed index here. We're still sitting at a 21, and as you can see, we've been sitting here for some time now, last month, last week, yesterday now. So there's a lot of fear just with FUD, uncertainty in the markets. Plus, you got like the CPI news coming out, stuff with the Fed and Jerome Powell, and just based off of inflation within the United States. There's just a lot of uncertainty, even on the regulatory side of things with like the SEC and stuff. So coming over here, just some other reasonings of why Bitcoin, the crypto market, can be affected. So whether we like it or not, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is seen as tech stocks, which it isn't, but it's seen like that. So whenever something happens in our real world, and when it comes to, like I said, inflation, or whether it's some sort of CPI news or earnings or whatever the case is, it affects our market. So here's another article with CNBC where they're talking about earnings season is the next big test for the market and value stocks the week ahead. So pretty much what this is we have some meetings and some earnings coming up in the upcoming week that can affect what happens to Bitcoin in the crypto market. So the market's focus in the coming week turns toward fourth quarter earnings, which are expected to reveal stronger profit growth for economically sensitive stocks compared to technology players. So coming down here. Here goes the upcoming week ahead. So obviously the markets are closed Monday. Tuesday you have Goldman Sachs, Charles Schwab, Bank of New York Mellon, Truist Financial, and then you could just see the rest of what's coming. Bank of America's on Wednesday, Netflix, Travelers, Union Pacific, American Airlines. So there's a bunch of earnings that are going to be coming up as in calls and what their status is that can directly affect, or indirectly, however you want to view it, affect what's going on within our market. Coming over here, there's been a lot of stuff that came out just last year when it comes to like the ESG and the environmental friendly side of Bitcoin on our environment, and there was a big issue and rally that stirred up, and that really affected Bitcoin in the crypto market back then. So Congress announces a hearing on Bitcoin's energy use. So the U.S. Congress will hold a hearing on the energy use and environmental impact of Bitcoin mining on January 20th. Its Energy and Commerce Oversight Subcommittee announces on Thursday. So long story short, it's all coming back, and this can directly affect the performance of Bitcoin and kind of where we're sitting at with things. So going back, just taking a trip down memory lane. So back in May 25th, 2021, Bloomberg had posted this article here where they were pretty much referencing what was going on with the whole there was China FUD that was happening, plus Elon Musk and him canceling Bitcoin payments for purchasing his vehicles and his commodities within his platform and his business. So it says money stuff. Bitcoin could use a greener image. So Bitcoin traded lower on Tuesday as prices pulled back from a double-digit percentage rally, stoked in part by Elon Musk's effort to bolster the token's green credentials on Twitter. The Tesla Inc. CEO has roiled the token's price this month, triggered a sell-off by criticizing an energy profile and suspending Bitcoin's payment. So as you can see, whenever it comes to these topics, ESG, and you have big players, big investors, whether it's an institution or whatever the case is, these can directly and indirectly affect Bitcoin and the crypto market. So knowing that these so-called earnings are coming up this week, and we have this meeting with the hearing of Bitcoin's energy use. This, if something negative comes out, expect some negative price action to follow it. Now if it's positive, then we could see some price movement upward. So now with that being said, there is some positives within the market right now. So Pomp had tweeted this. It says Walmart is about to go full degen. They want to create their own cryptocurrency and also sell you NFTs, which is massive. So Walmart, there's an article on CNBC that's covering the topic as well. It says Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. And quietly is key to this, because they filed their patent back in December 30th of 2021. I personally, I'm in the news and on the Twitterverse almost every day, and I have not seen this. So the key points of this article is here. It says Walmart appears to be venturing into the metaverse with plans to create its own cryptocurrency and collections of NFTs. The big box retailer filed several new trademarks last month that indicate its intent to make and sell virtual goods. In a separate filing, the company said it would offer users a virtual currency as well as non-fungible tokens or NFTs. So here goes the USPTO trademark application. So you have the serial number here, the date here. So this is a real thing. Walmart seems to be going full steam ahead on and trying to get ahead of kind of the change in time. So just like, you have Nike that filed, their trademark and that are getting involved, Roblox. You have, Gap start selling their NFTs, Under Armour's and Adidas, their NFT debut sold out last month. Urban Outfitters, Ralph Lauren, Abercrombie and Fitch. I mean, there's so much cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, NFTs, all this stuff is being adopted. And we've had tremendous growth since 2018, and let alone the inception of, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the growth has been tremendous. So this is a positive, in this so-called cloudy time that we're in with the uncertainty in the market. So, just to confirm here, we come down to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. You have the Walmart trademark here. So there's so much going on in this, the verbiage and language within this. It's way over my head. I'm not even going to act like I know what's going on. But what I did do is I controlled F some words. So I put in virtual. It pulled up 54 times in this. And then I pulled up video games, pulled up 7 times. And then I typed in crypto and it came up 39 times. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. And it really sounds like they're really trying to set the foundation solid and strong for themselves so they can be prosperous within, diving into this space in this world. So yeah, coming down here, December 30th, 2021, you have Walmart Apollo LLC Limited. And then you can see that the indicator says live. So this is a real thing. Here goes their serial number. And then, to kind of touch on what's going on right here is like, we as the everyday people that are always, in the Twitterverse and looking up crypto news and, diving into different projects and cryptocurrencies and just trying to learn as much as we can. We are very different from the normal day-to-day people that really don't understand what's going on. There's, millions and millions of people out there that, know of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but are too afraid and don't trust kind of what's going on. And they don't see the vision of where this thing is going. So now when you have, big players like, Elon and, Nike and Walmart and Kevin O'Leary and, Mark Cuban and all these big, social media superstars and all these different things, whenever you see these higher status people and companies come out and, pretty much adopt and praise what's going on with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space, that brings in all those millions of people that, had fear or had reservations against, what's going on in the crypto market. And as silly as it sounds, I mean, that's just a reality. So when you have, companies like Walmart, diving into the metaverse, that is massive for our adoption and our growth within the space. And, for us that are there, that have been there early, we're all going to benefit from that. So coming over here, there was the video posted here on CNBC that I'd like to play because it really touches on what's going on with NFTs in our space, the metaverse.
NFT sales topping $4 billion in the past month, according to new data, and companies like Nike eager to cash in. But it's not just sales of digital art that have investors' attention. Virtual experiences like going to a sports game with your friends in the metaverse, that's the next frontier in this technology, or so says my next guest. Joining me now is Roger Dickerman. He's the CEO of the NFT marketplace Artifacts. Roger, it's great to have you. I guess the big question for everybody is crypto has lost some momentum lately and tech's struggling. Is what's happening with the NFT world? How are valuations holding up?
Kelly, great to talk to you again. The NFT market is holding up quite well right now. In the first 13 days of the year 2022, we're looking at $3 billion worth of trading volume. Quite a lot. Some of it's speculative, but again, holding up right now.
And I think it's a very interesting sort of early test case, the way that Bored Apes versus CryptoPunks are using their IP and their communities. As people start to ask about Web3 and how that's going to look, these are two different approaches. Bored Apes, it's much more community-based. You get access, if you hold some of the artwork, to a lot more, whereas with the CryptoPunks, not so much. What is that doing to valuations?
Yeah, the big topic of the past month in the NFT space has been, when will Bored Apes flip CryptoPunks? Meaning, when will they become more valuable? We see Larva Labs, the parent company of CryptoPunks, they are the legacy brand. They don't want to interact with the community as much. They're running it more traditionally, meaning they are not passing IP to the end user. However, Bored Apes is the newer school of these avatar profile picture projects. The owners have leaned into the community. They're passing CCO. That's Creative Commons, meaning they're basically saying, there is no copyright here. You take it. You do what you want with it. If you want to start a brewery, you can slap a Bored Ape on the beer can. If you want to license your Bored Apes to a music label to create a cartoon brand, you can do that. And we actually have seen the latter.
And that feels to me more in keeping with the Web3 kind of point and purpose and ideology, if we want to call it that. It's funny, though, Roger, at a time when everyone explains the metaverse by saying, yeah, you can wear your Nike hoodie in the metaverse, but Bored Apes are taking their digital art and then letting you use it in the real world.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you just mentioned Nike as well. You see another different approach there. So Bored Apes have partnered with Adidas. Nike has purchased RTFKT, pronounced Artifact Studios. They have purchased them. We don't know exactly for how much, but we have seen Artifact Studios since their inception nearly a year ago. They have over $300 million in primary and secondary gross income.
And tell me more about this Artifact and why did Nike go this route?
Yeah, Artifact, we can break down. They have a lot of things going for them. They've been wildly innovative, again, in the space for just about a year now. Let's go to three areas. So number one, they came in, surprisingly, as a shoe company. They were obsessed with shoes, and they brought shoes in partnership with the top artist, Ferocious. By the way, happy birthday, Ferocious. But they created shoes together. The NFTs that you received and purchased actually unlocked physical shoes that were sent to your door. That was pretty fascinating. Move on to step two. They create Clone X. Much like Bored Apes and CryptoPunks, that was their expression of a profile picture project that did amazingly well, teamed up with the world-renowned artist Takashi Murakami. And then go to the third area, an area I'm quite interested in. You may have heard of digital real estate. Mm-hmm. They're leaning into gallery real estate through a partnership with a company called On Cyber.
So gallery real estate in the metaverse.
Imagine you owned a gallery and you could put whatever you wanted on the walls, and you could put sculptures throughout the room, and eventually you could invite your friends in to share that experience with you. And imagine strapping on a VR headset or whatever that crazy future might look like, right, and hosting a party for your friends with a lot of art.
No, I can imagine it in the metaverse, I can imagine it in the real world, and I can see how they're all quickly colliding. Interesting to know, it's still off to...
So as you can see, times are changing. Adoption is happening at a rapid pace. It may not happen as fast as we like, but it's happening. So the beautiful thing about it is, for all of us, for those of you that are listening, we've been in this. And for those of you that are just coming in, just know that hey, the water's warm. Jump in, dive in. Obviously nothing I ever say is, financial advice or anything. I just have high conviction on this space and the future. I feel like we truly are on the right side of history with, Bitcoin and the crypto market. So with all that being said, just wanted to kind of touch on what's going on in the market, kind of give my testimony and my opinion. We're still sitting at a $2.187 trillion market cap. Even though the fear and greed index is still showing extreme fear, based on, history when it comes to, utilizing fear versus extreme greed and extreme fear, the comparison between the two, typically when it comes to fear and extreme fear, typically is a great indication that, hey, it may be time to accumulate. So I know my wife and I are going to keep diving in, accumulate what we can, and really ride this rocket all the way past the moon. With all that being said, stay strong, be safe.